Hi everyone, Celt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family, and today I'll be talking about Harry and Meghan at the polo match, Meghan's jam, and Prince William's trip to the pub, and my thoughts on all of this. The whole thing, in my opinion, is a show within a show, or rather a circus within a show. Or is it maybe a show within a circus within a movie? Whatever it is, there were cameras everywhere, Netflix cameras, and yet the photos don't show this very much. Harry hates cameras, doesn't he? He hates the click of them, and yet there were cameras behind them, microphones just out of sight, and everything a performance, everything being videoed and filmed. If the things they do are not publicly being videoed for Netflix, then you can guarantee that they're being secretly recorded with microphones hidden and all the rest of it. It's interesting how the Netflix film crew were behind Meghan and Nacho and yet were either edited out in some of these pictures or shown from a different angle so that people wouldn't notice the actual crew. And the poor woman, who was instructed by Meghan to not stand next to her husband, Harry, but to stand next to her instead, just showed Meghan's total insecurities. And she just couldn't help herself. The woman was a very beautiful woman of colour, wearing a similar outfit as Meghan's. It was white or off-white, with a similar high neckline. The only difference was that this woman's was a lot more modest than Meghan's. She wasn't showing any undercleavage of any sort. It was very embarrassing for this to happen to this woman, but it was Meghan who looked bad, not the poor woman. And again, here we have Meghan at another polo match, grappling for the cup, the trophy, when she has no reason to be there whatsoever. It's so obviously staged, the whole thing. Even the interactions between Harry and Nacho are obviously staged to draw attention to them and to give everyone even more to talk about. In one video clip, Harry's hand was stroking Nacho's hand in a very seductive manner. It doesn't end there, as Meghan was photographed walking along holding hands with Nacho's wife. Was this so that she wouldn't fall over in her stilettos? I think not. I think it's all part of this movie. They want to be talked about. They want us to speculate. They want the focus and attention to be on them, no matter how bad it makes them look. We've seen Harry's interaction with men over the years, and he doesn't hide his preferences, so to speak. He's always been publicly tactile with his wife, as well as his male friends, even during royal engagements, whereby he's allowed Meghan to be fawning all over him and grabbing his hand. So it's not surprising that he's doing this very publicly now with Nacho. But in the past, it was noticed that Harry was a lot more tactile with his male friends than he has ever been with Meghan. Nacho's wife and Meghan are probably showing that they're approving of their husband's relationship by their own holding of hands. It's their way of saying, we're okay with Harry and Nacho's relationship as we have our own. Harry also appeared to wipe his nose on his shirt in front of Meghan, and there were comments on what he was wiping. Could it have been sweat or snot? Although others are saying that it could have been something else. We will never know, but I think it's all intentional. He would be doing this on purpose. Everything they do near enough is on purpose. The world is a stage, and their world most certainly is. and they are giving the performances of a lifetime. And what about Meghan's jam? Apparently she's made a limited edition of 50 and has been handing them out to various people. They look very homemade and have her flamboyant fake calligraphy swirls on the label. It's amazing how she wants to be known for her homemade jam rather than her humanitarian efforts. She could have achieved this whilst in the royal family as a working member. I don't see that 50 pots of jam are going to make her enough money to live on. This whole thing is showing that Meghan herself is making this jam. It looks like her hand holding it in the photo. And bless her, she's probably taken ages getting those labels lined up on the jar. And even then, the label was obviously coming unglued. A bit like them, actually. For those of us who like doing things like making homemade jam or marmalade, then we can sort of understand the satisfaction that she might get from this. But to take it to this level, publicly, is a bit strange. As a total contrast news-wise, Prince William was allegedly seen at a local pub with his mother-in-law Carol, and it was pointed out that there were no photos and no paparazzi photos of this event. Many saying, "Oh, how do we know it happened?" Well, we don't, but I do know that Prince William and other members of the royal family are able to do things in London, various parts of London, without having their photos taken. And there is a level of respect there. Then it's unlikely that the locals would have taken pictures. And if they did, they wouldn't be selling them to the papers. Most people wouldn't. It's almost an unspoken rule, especially regarding Prince William and his family. So assuming it's real, and he did go to the pub with his mother-in-law, then that's great, because it shows he's still being supported by his in-laws. So let me know what you think, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.